Yes, now my people, welcome back to the Physique podcast. We are on episode 9, and today's episode we have another Italian guest, Max, who has been Coach University student for 3 months now.
Two,
2 months,
two
yeah,
months, two
2 months,
months. Yeah, yeah.
nearly 3.
I'm ending up the second one.
Yes.
Yeah.
How much have you completed so far?
So I've completed 3 modules already.
3 modules. Yeah.
And yeah. But like the business fundamentals and the coaching fundamentals was the biggest one.
Yeah,
So
big ones.
it takes lots of time to really get there, learn the skills,
Yeah.
and everything is in there because there are lots of informations, and it's not just about watching videos. Everybody can do that. You gotta watch the video and then learn.
Take notes.
So yeah, that was the biggest part. Right now I'm going for content mastery, and and just
Content creation. That's the new one.
yeah. I'm going to that.
I not completed. I made that live 2-3 weeks ago,
Yeah,
where we can go through editing, film placement,
yeah,
the content creation masterclass,
exactly,
which was yesterday, which was good. Lots of information. So that is my guest today. We have Max on, Italian. Where are you from?
Italy.
I
I'm
know.
from Venice.
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 I've been
Yeah,
to Venice.
nearby Venice. Just 1 hour drive from Venice.
1 hour drive.
Yeah,
Is that where is that Venice? Is that south, north?
north.
North. Yeah. So I went to Venice with my ex like 2019 before COVID.
Was that a good experience?
No.
Oh,
I think it wasn't a good experience because of who I was with. That was more my
Okay.
ex's fault rather than.
Okay.
I mean, look, the relationship was shit at the time, so I think Venice for you for it's a love city, right?
100%, bro.
So when you go there,
100%.
you want to do certain things, and if you're going with a lady and it's not
Yeah.
the best,
Yeah,
you're not in the best space with your relationship.
100%.
Not the
bro.
best place to go. It's quite expensive as well.
Yeah,
You go to like McDonald's, and this was like 5-6 years ago. It was like a fucking croissant and the coffee was like nine euros.
Yeah, if you go in the main plaza, which is Piazza San Marco, if you get like a coffee and a croissant or something, it's like 20 euros.
Yeah.
Easy,
Yeah,
easy. Like they're charging like Milan prices or something.
Milan prices. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what's funny, bro? I've been to Venice also because I'm nearby there, so I don't go there often. But yeah, I wanted to surprise my ex with a birthday present with a weekend on Venice to get the relationship better.
Yeah.
Fuck that up, bro. Fuck that up.
So lesson today is don't. If you have a shit relationship, don't go to Venice.
Don't go to Venice.
It's not going to
Ruin
fix
everything.
anything. So, what a way to start the podcast.
Yeah.
So, what I wanted to understand from your point of view was, you're obviously an online coach now, full time. Are you full time?
Yeah, full time.
Yeah.
Right
And
now, yeah.
How long have you been full time? Not long.
Not long. Yeah, no, I used to PT for 2 years in
Mhm.
Italy, and that was the biggest experience I've made, because I think that everybody should start. I mean, PT in person because you
Yeah.
get the knowledge, you get to see like how the body moves and everything, and you see that everybody is different. So I'm glad to have done lots of experience with like 2.5 years, but full time, like 12 hours a day in the gym. So I've seen a lot of different bodies, different exercises, and everything. And yeah, so I've started my online business in November this year, which is
November 2024.
2024. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 months, 5 months ago. But in November I was like zero income on that.
Mhm.
Completely zero. I came here to Bali for 1 month to see how the life was there because I've been here in February 2024, but it was more like a 20-year-old kid, just party, get girls and everything. But in November it was a lot different. Came here and that's when we met the first time in the Duff Boys
Dough
Pizza.
Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the way me and Max met was, we have a mutual friend, Mirko,
Yeah.
and I think I was the only person who was English. But I love pizza. Italians love pizza. I'm not even going to say Max loves pizza. Italians love pizza.
Yeah.
And
Everybody loves
Mirko asked me to come. I'll say, okay, how many pizzas were you having? So then we met at the Doughboys.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with you very briefly about the Coach University.
Yeah, very briefly.
Then you went away and you spent, how much was it on this mentor?
1,000 a month.
1,000 a month. And
Yeah.
how long were you with him?
Yeah, so 2 months, but the
So
second month I
£2,000.
was just I was about to quit after 1 month,
Yeah.
and I was saying like I didn't see results. This is not working for me because the method was more of something that works for a lot of people, but for me it doesn't work. Like it was, you have to DM a lot of people, get conversation, get a call, sell high ticket, done. No, for me it doesn't work. If you send a cold DM to someone that hasn't even seen your profile, it's not going to fucking work for me. For me, but
Even for me, bro.
you know, it's I can see people that is doing it. I can see people that DMs everyone that comes to your page. DM. It's good to start a conversation, but the conversion, I think, percentage is fucking low.
Yeah.
And that's why people get a VA or a setter just to do the DMs.
Yeah.
That's not genuine.
No.
I don't like it, you know?
No.
So I just did another month because after 1 month I said I'm also PTing like 12 hours in the gym every day.
Yeah.
So like I don't have time to get this shit done. I was trying my best. I was DMing a lot of people. I was doing what he told me to do, but for me it doesn't work. And then it comes in January. January he told me, okay, I will give you this month for a discount because I cannot see you quit in the best months of the year. Guess what? I didn't convert any clients also in January, and I followed everything. You know, it was like uh, the the content mastery was not bad I'd say. So I didn't waste my money because I got some informations.
Yeah.
I improved my skills with content. I improved my skills with coaching, with the service, but it was not genuine.
No.
So that's not fucking working for me, you know? Because what I liked about you, about your course, is that it's not like, oh, with this you will make money. That's not the first goal.
No.
That's not the first goal. So I don't know why after meeting you, I was really like struggling to see which was my right path to start my online business. I just got on a call with him, suggested by a friend, and then I said, "Fuck that! I will try." You know, I will try. You know, and yeah, it was not like 100% a mistake because something I've learned still, but
Expensive.
fucking expensive. You know, just it was the value was not there, bro. The value was not
Well,
absolutely there.
So you would say that the money that you spent was about £1,500.
Yeah, something like that. In euros, I don't know which was the conversion, but yeah, it's a lot of money. Around 2K, let's say around 2K.
I mean, look, to pay around £2,000 and to be told just to message is a lot of money. It's a waste of money, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's good that you don't think it's a complete waste because obviously you're going to learn something. However, if I was to spend £2,000 and the person told me just message, and then convert high ticket,
Yeah, that's basically it. That's basically it.
that shouldn't cost £2,000.
Yeah, and you know what's funny, bro? Like every time there are a lot of mentors and something like that in the industry, and they're giving good value, I think, in the content. Like if you pick the right content, they're giving some good skill, they're giving some good advices. But you know what? When I start following one of them, 2 3 days after, a DM, a message, and I say, these people is using the same method with everybody. They're teaching the method that they are using, but to mentor fitness coaches. So they think that that works. Okay, for you that work, but for me, selling high ticket doesn't work. Like, and you know what? I didn't even want, to sell high ticket before I uh, I built like a good community. I think that I still have lots to improve, a lot of to prove to my audience. So more results, more good feedbacks, more good in quality content. So I still have to improve. I don't want to sell high ticket, bro. I don't want, you know. And when I started actually after finish this mentorship, I'd say, fuck this, for me it doesn't work. I'm gonna quit. Of course I'm gonna quit. I don't want to waste another K for 1 month for nothing, for absolutely nothing.
Just to be told to message again.
Yeah,
message more people.
yeah. That was basically it. That was
bro.
basically it. And when I started the coaching university, a part of the fact that it's cheap. you know. So from 1,000 to
It's a low risk investment.
low risk investment. So I'd say, yeah, I don't believe in mentors anymore. I've tried some courses. I've tried that. That's the first mentor that was working with me one to one, but uh, I didn't believe in that anymore, because I've seen that also when as I told you, when I start following one, after 2 or 3 days, there comes a message. So I say, now this is the same method. Everybody's doing the same shit. They don't care about you grow your business. They just care about you giving them money, you know?
You're just a
So
number.
yeah, you're just a number, bro. They're giving
Has the mentor that you paid £2,000 who reached out to you, messaged you since?
sometimes, but like I message more my clients than
Yeah.
he was messaging me. So as I said, bro, it's a method that worked for a lot of his clients were working,
So he says though, yeah.
what.
So he says though, yeah. Like, where was the proof? Was the proof other
Yeah,
people's?
there was some proofs. There
Yeah.
was some proofs, but you know, I think that you working with me in one to one, and if I say that this shit doesn't work for me, something has to change, and you have to get the knowledge to change that. You know,
Yeah.
if you're charging £1,000 a month, €1,000 a month, you have to get the knowledge to say to me, okay, this is not working for you. Try this, as we do as coaches. Like, let's say that we make a program to a client that wants to lose weight, and we just say, okay, you got to train in the gym 3 times a week and do cardio 2 times a week, you know, so 5 sessions in total. If he says this is not working for me because I don't have time to do all this session, I have to get the knowledge to put him into a 3-day split and get the same
You
results.
have to pivot.
You know, you have to prove that also with the nutrition. You track everything down and you give them what they want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have to get that knowledge. So when I started the coaching university, I saw that that was genuine, bro. That was genuine. Not just about the price, because I think that the price is worth a lot more. I'm gonna be honest
It's not
with
going
you.
to stay there forever, but yeah.
You already know that. I already told you that that's the price should be a lot more. And glad I signed up before. You know, but uh, when I first started, I see from the videos that that was genuine. And one thing that you teach, and something that is really valuable, is that you're not chasing money. You're not doing it for money. You're doing it to do something good to other people.
Yeah.
And what you say, and I always remember that, because that's the most valuable. How do you say the most valuable quote you say in the coaching university is clients first.
Yes.
Stop. What should you do first? Plan content, do the no, your clients.
The people paying you.
Your clients, the people that has paid you, needs to get your value.
Yeah.
You have to answer fast. Let's talk about speed.
Rule number one of the
you
coaching
know,
university: work
you
with
can
speed.
you cannot then wait for one day to get your answer for your messages. You have to be there, bro. Of
Yeah.
course, we're humans. I cannot answer my phone when I'm sleeping.
Yep.
Or it can happen sometimes that I answer after a few hours. But my clients are my priority. I need to get them results. Then I can, of course, focus on content, get some unique new leads, because of course we have to live from that, you know.
Yes.
But uh, that's genuine. That's the most genuine resource I've seen. Also about all the resources, all the videos about the business fundamentals, how to set up your coaching. Is it more like you told yesterday, a coaching brand or a personal brand? You know, that's really valuable. But there are lots of information, and as I said, you cannot watch the video and just forget about that 2 minutes later. You have to write it down, study, you know, and I came to a point where just from the first two models, so the business fundamental and coaching fundamentals, I already seen results.
Yeah.
And it was like, damn, this is fucking working.
Yeah.
Because you don't tell people you have to do this to generate clients. You say to people you have to prove that you're able to coach.
Yeah.
And you have to give them the value they need to prove that you can coach them.
It's a buzzword, right? A lot of people say the word bring value, but
Mhm.
what does that mean? Like for me, and this is what I teach in the coach university, value is working with speed. Value is providing solutions to your clients.
100%.
Value is giving your clients the support and guidance that they need, that they don't have. Because the reason why you are coaching clients in the first place is because you give them something they don't have themselves. You are providing a solution that they can't find themselves. You're providing accountability that they can't give themselves. So once you focus on your clients and you give clients the service that they need and the service that they want. And it all comes down to another thing that I really, really find important. Coach how you would like to be coached.
Yeah.
Really simple. You literally say, right, okay, if I was my own client, how quick would I want check-in feedback? How quick would I want my messages? How detailed would I want my messages? How detailed would I want my programming?
100%.
Because there's levels to the game, bro. There are so many people that program in more detail than you, program in more detail than me. And we have to find the individuals that want our style of programming. Because there are some people who will track how many times they have a shit per day. I don't like to coach that way.
No, me neither.
Exactly. But there are so many people that make a lot of money by telling people, please track how many times you shit per day. Which is, for me, I think it's too much. But again, it's finding your clients, finding your way of delivering information, giving them the value that they need from you. And that's it. And it's a case of, you will have clients that come to you. They don't train. They don't eat right. So putting them on a 5-day training split and putting them on 1,000 calories is not the right thing to do.
No,
And that's what I teach in the Coach University. It's about principles. It's about principles of application, training, nutrition, supplementation, cardio. Principles, not this needs to be applied to this person or that needs to be applied to that person. It's a thought process of saying, right, if your client is at 0, don't meet them at 100, meet them at 10.
Yeah.
So they go 0 to 10,
Yeah.
10 to 20, 20 to 30, rather than trying to go from 0 to 100, because then they shit the bed.
Yeah.
And they go, Max, I can't do this. And then that's your fault. I used to look at it from an adherence point of view. I used to look at it as always the client's fault. But it's your responsibility as a coach to know what they can do and what they can't do. Because if you're asking them to train 5 times a week and they come to you having trained 0 times a week, impossible.
Yeah, there's something wrong.
Exactly.
You need to figure out.
And that's coaching. That is coaching in a nutshell. They come to you and they say, Max, I need your help. You ask them, where are you at right now?
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
simple. What are you doing with your training? What are you doing with your nutrition? Are you exercising?
Yeah.
Are you prioritizing this?
Yeah, that's why you have to get lots of information before
Exactly.
actually making a program.
And then you get the information, and this is where the tailored approach comes in. You get the information, you use your knowledge, and then you say, this is the solution.
Yeah.
And the first program, in my opinion, can never be perfect, because you need time to work with the individual for at least 2 weeks before you can understand their mindset, their level of adherence, their discipline, the level of priority they have.
100%.
You don't know, when they pay you, you don't know what level of adherence they have, the discipline they have, the motivation they have, the adherence they have. Yeah? You don't know. You have to find that out. So I always say to every client, and you probably do the same now because you've been part of Coach University for 2 months. You always say to them, first couple of weeks, let's see how you get on. Follow this. I will take what you do
Yeah.
in the next couple of weeks,
Yeah.
download that information and go, okay, this is the real plan moving forward.
Yeah, I do it every time, bro. I do it every time. Actually, when I do an onboarding call to explain a program, it's like every time I'd say that I prefer 10 more questions than 1 less. You know, does that make sense? I don't know if my English is right or not, but
You want them to ask 10 questions.
Yes, yes. I prefer that you ask me 10 questions rather than don't ask me anything.
Yeah.
Or rather than, this is a bullshit, I don't want to ask you this because you will think that I'm stupid. No, I'm here to give you the information to carry on, to get your results, and then be able to maintain it alone.
Yes.
You know, that's the goal, bro.
Yes.
That's
We
the
don't
goal.
want to be coaching everyone forever.
No, exactly, bro. And then when they get the results, then you will see his friends comes in, her friends comes in, you know, because you give them what they want. And you actually don't just give them what they want, but you give them the knowledge to keep that results long term. And that's the value of coaching. That's why it's something that people don't understand and maybe they not do not believe nowadays. I mean, from where I'm from, like coaching, it's seen like I want to have an in-person PT. Online doesn't work for me. No, it's not the fact that it doesn't work for you. It's the fact that you are not ready. You don't have the discipline to work with a coach one-to-one online. Because guess what? Even if you have a PT waiting for you, and you don't want to go have that session, you don't go. You know, that happens a lot on me, bro.
Yeah.
On me, I've like my schedule was pretty full. I get like 8 to 10 session per day when I was PT in the gym.
Yep.
So like it was all day at the gym because I get to train by myself. I get to cooking my meals and everything. So it was all day at the gym, and I like that in the first time because you know I get a lot of information and I've learned a lot. But you know what happens when a client say no, today I'm not coming. For that, I'm wasting an hour. Are you paying still or not?
No.
No, you know what I mean. And that that's what people think that I have the PT waiting for me. I'm going to get that session. Doesn't work like that. If you don't want, you're not going there. You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. You're not being consistent. So guess what? You're not getting results. And what do you do after that session? Are you still eating clean? I cannot track that.
Nope.
I cannot do it.
You have more impact as an online coach.
100%, bro. I can give. We can give a good service 24 no, how can I say, in not just that hour in the gym,
It's 24/7, bro.
24.
Though if you look at it, right, the 1 hour in the gym is far less impactful than the 23 hours outside of the gym.
100%.
And when you are delivering an online coaching service, you are able to provide that 24-hour support.
Exactly.
Yes, it's not 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because we sleep, we train, we have lives, yeah?
Of course.
However, you support, you guide, you provide knowledge for as many hours of the day. And this is why I personally disagree with coaches who have curfews like I only reply between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Wow, exactly.
That's bullshit.
It's bullshit, brother.
That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
But I also understand it from a time point of view. They put boundaries in place for their business, which is important. You need to have boundaries in place for your business, but I don't think those boundaries need to be access to you as a coach. I think you can put boundaries in your business other places like social media, content creation,
Yeah.
messaging on lead gen,
Yeah.
but do not sacrifice the accessibility to the paying clients.
Yeah, 100%.
Because what people will do, and this is the reality, they'll have a boundary for their clientele base who are paying them, but they won't have a boundary for DMs on Instagram.
No.
Yeah, that's how some people operate.
I cannot believe that.
But that's how some people operate. They say, oh, you can only message me at certain times of the day. But then let's say you hire a VA. This is a real scenario.
Mm-hmm.
The coach says you can only message me 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. But then you have a VA working for you 24/7. So a client messages you on Instagram, the VA picks it straight, and they go, hang on a minute. On WhatsApp, I can't reach him. But on Instagram, I can reach him. What's going on?
Yeah, that's bullshit. That should be.
It should be the wrong way around. Yeah, it should be the wrong way around. So again, it's about understanding priorities of your business. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like common sense to put your clients first, but a lot of people, they're just lead gen. How can I get my next lead? How can I get my next client?
Yeah, like that's not genuine. Bro.
Focus on the fucking people that pay you.
Yeah.
They're the ones that afford the lifestyle. They're the ones that allow you to spend money on marketing. They're the ones that allow you to get a car, get a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's your resource. That's they give you some value, you give them the value back. And another thing that was very good, as we're saying, is like you have to give them more than what you take, and that's really important for me. So, like they have to say, "Damn, this is so fucking good. This coaching is so fucking good," you know. So they will never ever stop if you're giving them more than what are they giving you, you know. And of course we've seen like, okay, we see the money coming in because it's our job, it's our service. But at the same time I feel like if you're giving them more about what you get, the more money will come in.
Yep.
Actually, that's of course you have to work your ass off. Of course you have to be active in the not in the DMs, in WhatsApp. You have to be active. You have to work. But when you give them a really, really, really good service, and that's what people don't understand, in my opinion, because they're only focused on money. If you're actually focused in uh, give them a good service, you're actually focusing on money because that comes straight away. Is that a good way to say that?
Immediately, yeah.
Immediately, yeah. That's connected. That's immediately connected. So That's what I loved about the coaching university, bro. Oh, seriously, because
Client first approach.
yeah, 100%. Nobody has teaching me that.
You look after your clients, it will repay you with referrals, it will repay you with results. Because the reality is, how do you best promote your service? By transforming people's lives, delivering physique results, and getting referrals from people who have nothing but good things to say about your service.
Yeah,
If you ask somebody, and this should be the goal for every single coach, when you work with someone for 3 months, 6 months, you need them to look back at their decision to hire you as their coach and think that is a good decision that I've made in my life. Keep it simple. If you can wake up every single day, every single week, every check-in, every message, every program you write, and have it in your head to think, I want this person in 6 months' time, in 3 months' time, to look back at the decision to invest in my coaching and look at it and say that was a very good decision.
yeah,
Simple.
yeah,
When you drive yourself with that motivation, it's really easy to provide a service because you don't look at the questions that may be easy for other people and go, oh, fucking hell, why is he asking this? Because everyone's different, yeah? So again, it comes like a lot of mentors, they overcomplicate it. Simplify it. Client first approach, give value, give more value than what you're worth.
hmm
And I tell you all of this, and I tell all of my students this on the Coach University. I follow the same principles. The Coach University gives more value than I think it's worth.
absolutely.
My coaching service gives more value than I think it's worth.
hmm
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
And a lot of people are far too quick to up their prices because of demand, or they up their prices because they can.
hmm
When the reality is, why do you need to up your prices?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. You should.
What's the purpose?
Every time
Yeah?
you have the prices, that
Every
you
time
need
you
to
up the
add something.
price, you're decreasing the accessibility to you as a coach. Yeah?
Exactly. You need to have uh, additional value. If you're upping the price, it means that you are spending more time
Yes.
for a client, because time is money, time is everything, So that's what you told me also in the coaching university. It's the fact that if you're spending more time to your clients, you have to track that and see how much you're getting paid for your time. You know what I mean? So how much time do you spend for a client programming? How much time do you spend in the messages and everything? Because when you actually increase the time, maybe if you're delivering something additional to your service, something that is more valuable, maybe you can up the price a little bit. I think.
Yes.
I think. That's,
Yeah. Because it's all connected to the value.
Mhm.
If you give more information, more guidance, more support in a different avenue, like onboarding videos or a members area, you're adding an additional touch point, you're adding additional value to the one-to-one.
Yeah.
And that's what I do, right? I have the members area, I have the onboarding videos. So when somebody signs up, they're getting value straight away.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no waiting around. And this is another thing. Like when you sign somebody up, you need to be completing that process of signing up from payment to plan within 72 hours.
Yeah. 100%, bro.
If you're not,
100%.
you're an idiot.
100%.
You can't be that busy, right? If
Mhm.
somebody gives you their money, you can't be that busy to not be able to do it in 72 hours. 72 hours is the absolute maximum. And like I say to you and everybody else in the Coach University, under promise, over deliver. If you say to somebody,
I always do that.
Jeff, I'm going to get your plan to you in 72 hours, and then you deliver it in 48, they can be like, fuck, I love this Max guy.
Yeah.
I fucking love
yeah.
him. He said 72 hours,
Yeah.
got it in 48. This
Yeah.
guy cares.
Yeah.
Yeah? Under promise, over deliver.
Mhm.
Because if you under promise, and let's say like a good one is check-ins, and you say, I'm going to give you a same day check-in response. That essentially gives you, let's say the check-in deadline is 9 a.m. That gives you 12 hours, right?
Mhm.
Let's say they check in at 9 a.m. and you
Yeah.
get their check-in feedback back by 11 a.m. They're going to go, fuck, he cares.
Yes.
Straight away, 2 hours.
Yes.
Under promise, over deliver. Even if your promise isn't actually that much of a under promise. Because same day check-in response time should be standard. However, in the grand scheme of coaching, same day check-in response times are still very high level. Yeah. Because some people take 2 days, 3 days, right? if you're then doing 2-3 hours rather than same day, they go, fuck, this guy's on his shit.
Yeah.
And if you compare it, like, value is always a comparison. Like you spoke about it earlier. You value the Coach University more because of your experience with another mentor which charged you 2,000. So automatically, if your reference point is £2,000 for a mentor and you're getting the Coach University for £50 a month,
Yeah.
your value of the Coach University goes up here because in comparison to what you've experienced, it's much better value for money.
Yeah. 100%.
So you have to have that same mentality when it comes to coaching. Let's say somebody's paid €100 for another coach and then they pay you €100. You need to make sure that that experience is far better than the one they had before. And how do you find out? You ask them, have you been coached before? How did it go? What was your experience? What did you enjoy? What did you not enjoy?
Yeah.
People don't ask these questions.
Yeah.
They look at the money and they go, oh,
Exactly.
I need the money. I need the money. I need the money.
Exactly, bro.
I need to sign them up. They don't care about the person. They don't care
Mhm.
about their experience. And it's just a simple thing.
Yeah, and that's so stupid. Like, if you care more about the person and less about the money, you're actually getting more money.
Yep.
It's directly connected.
Yep.
You know,
There's
so
a correlation.
they're stupid. You know, it's so stupid to think about the money first. You know, so when you're onboarding a client and when you're giving them a good value, maybe they will speak to friends, maybe they will speak to let's say who they are in a relationship with or some. It's so easy to get clients, you know. I get my clients, lots of my clients, let's say like from 60 to 70% of my clients, not from my Instagram, but from people talking to another people. Because I fucking care. I fucking care about my clients, and that should be normal, I think.
It's bare minimum expectation. That should be the bare minimum expectation. You know, and have you always shared that mentality, or has it only just been the last couple of
Always
months?
share that mentality.
So when you signed it with that mentor, it was going against what you thought was the best thing to do, right?
Yeah, so I'd say that I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a hypocrite. Of course, I started my online coaching to improve my lifestyle and of course make more money also. You know, even if with PTs and stuff, I was making good money to be a 19, 20-year-old guy. You know, but so I'm not a hypocrite. Of course, when when I started my coaching, my online coaching, I was also like trying to figure out how to monetize that. But even when I was in person, even when I was when I right now I'm online, I first always cared about my clients. Sometimes, you know, it happens that somebody doesn't have the money because they're waiting for the half of the month because they get paid. And sometimes I just say, I trust you. I will still onboard you. I will still. That's not something you should do. I think that's not something correct. But you know, I'm in a position right now where I can do it. You know, and it happens just one time. I did that, and I didn't get the money from it, and I said, okay, maybe I should not do this anymore. But just to prove that I care about the transformations. I care about people. Simple as that. So yeah, I don't think that you should onboard a client before you get paid. You shouldn't even start to program something before you get paid, because that's a form of respect.
You have to respect yourself.
Yeah, but you know, I did it lots of times. It's always worked out.
Like, would a prostitute give you a blowjob if you didn't pay them?
Yeah, exactly.
They wouldn't.
Exactly.
You can't buy a steak from the shop without paying.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
So you have to look at societal norms, and you have to say, well, if you buy a product or buy a service, you have to pay before you receive it.
Yeah.
Right. So that's nothing. You don't have to feel bad for that.
Yeah.
You know, the reality is, if somebody wants your service bad enough, they will pay.
Yeah.
They should pay, because your knowledge isn't for free. There are aspects of your knowledge that you can make available for free, like, for instance, a lead magnet or a webinar, like I do all the time. It's a great way of generating leads.
Yeah.
However, it shouldn't be all the time. It can't be all the time because
Hmm.
otherwise you wouldn't have a job.
Yeah, exactly.
And a job is a job because it makes money.
Exactly.
So
Exactly, bro.
if you had one piece of advice for people who are in your similar position, what would it be?
So, in terms of changing lifestyle and move to the coaching online, or what?
Yeah,
What do
so
you mean
for
exactly?
you to make your situation change from where you were in November 2014 to where you are now, what was the biggest difference maker?
So, I'd say it pretty straight, bro. Don't listen to nobody, because when I first said I'm going to Bali, I'm gonna live there, and I will live not the stereotype matrix 9 to 5 lifestyle. I say that. I made that decision, and everybody was saying, that's not life. You cannot live like that. It's impossible. Guess what? I'm here right now. So I did it because I took that bad energy as a good energy. So that's my biggest advice. Even if you're pretty young like me, I'm just 21. Even if you are in your 30s, it's like you don't have to listen to nobody. You gotta do what you feel that you can do. And most people don't understand. Most people doesn't even do. That's why they're complaining about their life. That's why they complain, I don't want to get up, I don't want to go to the job this morning. I cannot fucking wait to get up every morning. And it's not just because I am in Bali and because it's the best place to be right now, but we can talk about it later. It's about the fact that from the moment where I wake up, from the moment where I go to bed, I'm working through my goals, and I'm working on out of my passion at my time. I'm building my lifestyle by myself,
Yeah.
and I'm not living in someone else's timeline. I have my timeline. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And that's great, and
It's
that's what I was looking for. That's what I wanted. I That's why I don't like also PTs, because in 1 hour you get that one
yeah, you have to
person.
be location.
Stop.
Here you have to be here.
Look at, no, this is not, no, that's not what I want. I can be like, people can hate that, but people that hate that are just hypocrite, because they want what we are doing, and they say, it's not impossible because they cannot, because they haven't even tried.
They haven't tried.
Everybody told me, no, you cannot do it. Everybody, my parents, my friends, everyone, they said, I will believe when I see that. Okay, now you see, that it's possible, and people don't understand it. And another thing that I want to tell to all the people that is watching this podcast, because the people that hate, they see that we're in Bali, we're living the best life, like the pool, the girls, they see like that you are always in a good position,
Yeah.
really, like exactly what people want, you know, and what they don't see is that we'd never clock off. Like, the good thing about the 9 to 5 is that at 5
You fuck off, you go home, you think
at
you can
5
have your
you
life.
clock off.
Yep.
My mind
Never.
is never out. I get up at 4:30 every morning to answer my clients.
Yeah.
I do cardio. I do my breakfast, my healthy breakfast, because I don't eat shit and I don't drink shit. And that's what people don't see. They see, you're just living a good life. You're doing nothing. Why you didn't do that?
Yeah.
Why you didn't do that? Come and try what I'm doing. Come and try wake up at 4:30 every morning and work till 10 in the night.
Yep.
Yesterday I was programming till 11 in the morning,
Yeah.
till 11 p.m. I don't give a fuck. This morning I still wake up, try to work hard and then you will get it. We all have the same opportunity,
Yeah.
and people don't understand it. You're living a good life. You are in Bali. No. I mean, yes,
Yes,
I'm
but
doing what I want. I mean,
yes,
you
I
know what
know,
I
and
mean, bro.
bro,
You
I
know what I mean.
understand because look, the life that people want comes with the sacrifices they don't want to make.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So to achieve the life that we have, there is an element of sacrifice. Waking up at 4:30 in the morning to have a consultation call. Going to bed at 12 midnight because you're doing programming or answering
Yeah.
clients. Nobody wants to do that.
Nobody.
But everybody wants the picture by the pool, the dog and the beach clubs, the girls. the palm trees, the landscape, the beautiful sunshine. They all want that, but they don't want to spend 1 hour on their laptop.
No.
They don't even want to spend 1 hour, let alone 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, I wake up.
Yeah.
If somebody has booked a call in for 8:30 p.m. UK time, I'm up at 3:30 taking that call.
I'm doing it. Yes.
Who the fuck does that?
Nobody, bro.
You have to be crazy, bro.
Nobody.
Yeah?
Yes.
You have to be crazy.
You cannot clock off.
Because I wake up at 3:30, and even my girlfriend sometimes goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" I said, "I've got a call. I have a call. I have a call." And I'm like, "Let's go.
Yeah.
3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's go time." And then after that, you go do programming, you do messages, you catch up with things. And then you get to do what the fuck you want,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But going back to that client first approach, you
Mhm.
can only do what the fuck you want when everybody is sorted.
When everybody is done,
Yeah?
you can do.
Messages, programs done. And then,
Yeah. Yeah.
but then also you have another opportunity. Once all that is done, plan content, create content, edit content, post
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Deal with leads. And this is where obviously for me, I've automated a lot of that. So it works in the background. So it triggers from ManyChat, from WhatsApp automations, etc., etc. So that is something we'll talk about in the next episode. But this has been episode 9. And this is obviously the first insight into Max's story. And then we're gonna jump into the next podcast, run through exactly how he's managed to become full-time online coach, how we've managed to strategize the systems, the delivery, because you're obviously at the very beginning of your journey at 21.
Very beginning.
Very
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
But you're living people's dream at the age of 21. I mean, look, bro, when I was 21, I didn't have your success.
You know,
I started full-time
Mhm.
5 years ago, so I was 23.
Yeah. It's like I want to be really, really humble. Like the fact that being a little bit arrogant, it doesn't mean that I feel like I'm there. I don't even feel like I made it. I feel like I'm just getting started. But at the same time, my consistency, my discipline, and my hard work is paying off.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it. That's the main point. I didn't say that I made it. I didn't say that I'm better than anybody. I'm just saying that I work my ass off every day and I'm very consistent. I never clock off, and now it's paying because hard work pays off. That's it.
That's it, people. And that is episode 9 of the Physique podcast. If you have any questions, drop me a message on Instagram. And if you want to join the coaching university, you want to be the next success story that comes out of the coaching university, just like Max did 2 months ago, sign up. The link will be down below. For now, that's been episode 9 of the Physique podcast. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
See you guys.